Hey, welcome to Caching in the Northwest. That's the podcast you've tuned into right here. It's also the official podcast of GeoWoodstock 18 right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Now, it's Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific. I'm Chris of the Northwest. If you're watching live, you see my name down here. That's a big hint of who I am. If you're listening, you just have to take my word for it. And we're going to talk about caches and cachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're looking for Bigfoot, we'll be caching in the Northwest.
Just don't summon Bigfoot and sick him on your friend. I think I heard some story about this week. But anyway, we don't care about that right now because tonight, what are we talking about? We're talking about tools and not the three of us. I know you're thinking it. These are tools that you might need while caching. Okay, that could be the three of us, or at least a couple of us. You nailed it. Yeah. And, hey, live audience, guess what? No surprise, we want to hear from you because you guys make the show awesome. It is Thursday night, as Chris mentioned, on Wits End, and that means it's time to bring in our opposable orangutan. Some say he doesn't believe in the physics of air travel. And others say, like a kite, he's holding on by a thread. All we know is he's called Land Monkey.
If you're referring to my grasp on my sanity, you are absolutely correct.
Sanity. Of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
Indeed. Well, I am glad to not be missing either of my co-hosts tonight. It's good to have the team back together.
There are three hosts.
That's right. Doesn't matter how many hosts they show you. There are three hosts. Yes. Tonight we are indeed talking about tools of the trade. Looking forward to getting into that chat. But of course, before we do that, it's time for a quick reminder that we appreciate the support of our patrons who help to keep this podcast coming each and every week. And a thanks to Land Sharks, one of our corporate Denali level sponsors. Well, folks, if you are looking to get your hands on some tots, some tools of the trade, well, not only will I encourage you to check out Land Sharks with the Z.ca and see all the different tots, including their tools of the trade kit they have online, but all those products will be available at GeoWoodstock for you to purchase. Get right into your grubby monkey paws the instant you pay for it. And, check them out. When you're there at GeoWoodstock, they will have tots for sale there too. So definitely check out Land Sharks with the Z.ca and our other corporate Denali level sponsor. Well, they were just on the podcast the other day, and that is our good friends at Gold Country Geotourism. So again, planning your trip up to BC, make sure you get your butt over to Gold Country. Know before you go and pay before you play, and know your limit and play within it,
and walk your talk,
and walk the talk, and
close cover before striking.
Yes, all those things.
First pull up, then pull down.
But most importantly, plan your adventure to the amazing Gold Country region. There's a geo tour. There's a new geo tour coming out, and it's just a beautiful place to explore. So visit goldcountry.com.
So many geo tours.
Yes, and you know what? There's probably more geo tours coming, but we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait to find out. But visit exploregoldcountry.com or check them out on Facebook at Explore Gold Country. Now, folks, if you want to know more about supporting this here podcast, well, I'll tell you what to do. What you do is you go and click on that Patreon link on the cachingnw.com, a website.
And one more word of caution specifically for you, Mr. Land Monkey there. I just want you to be careful how you pronounce the phrase monkey paws. Just going to leave that there.
Okay.
Too many news stories about monkey something that sounds like paws, but not.
Gotcha.
We were talking about Gold Country, so I'm just going to pop in and just finding our way. Says 36 Gold Country caches in Cache Tour, thanks to last week.
Very good.
Exceptional.
You only need to get 24 of those to get that gold bar. So good, you've got a few extra just in case.
Have some backups, yeah. Well, and just on the news today, speaking about gold country, and before we get into our news, and maybe I should talk about it in the news, but anyways, since we're talking about gold country, again, the know before you go, check the website, look for disabled caches. There's been another fire up in gold country area. I don't know what the status of it is. Maybe our chat lackey or someone else in the research department will get us an update, but there may be more disabled caches. Not sure. I don't know the status, but again, just as we always say, when it comes to gold country, know before you go.
That's right. We should have graphics that say no before you go. Or the more you know with a shooting star. Wait, that one's already been done.
Yeah. Or just no. That would be good for our podcast.
Just say no. Wait. I think that's been taken too. Bring us back to something else.
Maybe there aren't any words left. Have all the words been used?
What rhymes with no?
No.
Okay.
You just have to spell it differently.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. All right.
Oh, you're thinking glow. I just came up with that.
I knew it was something I couldn't remember.
I loved the dead air, though. That was awesome.
That was great. Yeah.
I specialize in that.
Oh, it's time for the geocaching log of the week, or glow, as we like to say. So I'm not going to ask you for any interaction. You guys have had enough this evening.
Okay.
Whether you wrote it or whether you read it, we want to hear about it, because great logs simply make geocaching better. You can send an email or a recording to feedback@cachingandw.com. You can always call into 253-693-TFTC and show us how you glow.
I suppose now you want some interaction from me.
Nah, don't feel any pressure, Jim.
Okay,
you if you want to.
You said you didn't want any more.
Well, I wasn't going to do it for the glow. You guys have been so good. I feel like I take advantage of you.
All right.
Oh,
well, tonight's glow, let's see if, there's my graphic. I bumped quickly. It's from Geodarts, who found an unknown cache. Who killed Mr. Body? Bonus cache. Excuse me. The log reads, it was going to be a long night. Murder was afoot. I knew I needed my best detective skills, so I gathered the necessary equipment. A fedora, a magnifying glass, a box of Acme Instant Fog for the atmosphere, a cape, and a pipe, even though I don't smoke. It was the kind of day when Bogart might have been seen in the shadows, but I knew that he was in a different movie. Of course, there was Mrs. Scarlet, looking like a sultry bacall. Ms. White, who was in the back room with the professor, pretending to be making Halloween decorations. Green and Peacock were whispering to each other about their affair, which had happened so many years ago. Mustard was skulking around like he was looking for something that could have been part of a secret program, or else he was playing the colonel to an unknown Elvis. I knew that various items found along the road might be important. Or not. A tire iron, a butter knife, a phone charger with an 8-foot roped cord. I looked for clues. There was the singing telegram. Wadsworth the butler was seen going out of the linen closet. Red lingerie was scattered on the stairs. The phone rang in the conservatory, but went silent when Green tried to answer it. A knock on the door to the hallway might have been the distinctive sound of Scarlet. The ballroom floor had baking powder on it. At last I had an idea. I knew who to accuse. It was... Yes, it had to be... all along. Who would have thought?
You just going to leave us hanging?
Such suspense.
That's where the glow ends. So.
Tune in next week.
That's right. I can tell you, though, I heard this week that Colonel Mustard's wife left him. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, she sent him a Dijon letter.
Wait. I got it.
I didn't have one.
No, that's not the one I wanted.
That's the wrong kind of drumming.
There we go.
There you go. Good times.
Should I just see myself out now? Is that?
Wow.
No, actually, that was pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah, that was quite good. Hey, Breiling says the fire is near Lytton. Started today and is over 200 hectares, which last I saw was 500 acres. Why is there a hectare? I
I
don't
believe
quite
it's a hectare,
understand.
but
It's a hectare, not a
that's what I
hectare.
said. I always said hectare, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't
It's
know.
over there by that. What is that river there?
It's on the opposite side of the Fraser River.
And it's moving
Last
north away from town. Yeah. And from what I understand, anywhere in southern British Columbia, there's a whole lot of north to go.
There is.
Yes.
There is. But it sounds like, I mean, obviously it's not good, but where the fire is there is probably not going to endanger the geo tour, at least not immediately. But, keep your eyes on things, of course.
Yeah. Know before you go, I think
There
that
you go.
applies.
Komakino remembers the hectares from the old Battlestar Galactica series. Isn't that how they told time or distance? I can't remember. What was one of those?
We're in the orbiting the second planet of the Hectares system.
There you
Oh,
go.
No.
West
By your
Coaster says,
command.
Yes.
and the dad jokes have returned.
Did they ever really leave though?
He's here all week, folks. Don't forget to tip your waiter.
And then tip them back up.
Yes. Don't forget to slop your dripper.
All right. And if you're a spilly drinker, don't forget your wet coaster.
Mm.
Boy. Hey, folks. You know what?
Until next week. Get it? No.
Yeah, that's what I kind of feel like. Yeah. If you have a question or comment tonight, use the hashtag TOT. That's with 3 T's. 1 in the beginning, 2 at the end. Oh, something in the middle.
Yeah.
So
Big
it is
round
the
middle.
3 T's.
Yeah.
It was just, oh man, the
3
TOTs
T's with
are
a big
the
round
3
middle.
Ts.
Yeah.
You use the hashtag TOT for something to throw into the show tonight. Of course, you can always use hashtag FATAS to bring up something in the after show. And don't forget to use hashtag podcast baking to tell us what you've got cooking tonight. Well, just what actually you have cooking, not what you may wanting to be cooking. Never mind.
If you happen to be cooking or baking something during the podcast, use hashtag podcast baking and share with us what it is. There you go. Hey, speaking of news, which is what I was trying to lead into earlier, but we had our glow,
It's still there.
and then we derailed, and now we're back.
Yeah.
All right.
I derailed this week. It wasn't you.
I know. I'm going to have to talk to the shop steward. All right. Anyhow, it is International Geocaching Day in the month of August. We are looking forward to that. Mark your calendars. International Geocaching Day 2022 approaches. Ever since the 2011 Geocaching Block Party, geocachers worldwide come together for a day of celebration and smileys on the 3rd Saturday of each August. Well, it'll be, find any geocache, an adventure lab location, or an event on August 20th. Something else going on August 20th. Maybe we'll talk about
I don't think there is.
No? Okay.
I don't
I
think there's anything going
I can't think of anything. Yeah.
Well, that'll earn you the International Geocaching Day souvenir. But, folks, I want to say, with everything going on this summer and, the wait we've all had for the last 2 summers,
Oh, I've added some weight over the last.
I've
couple
had,
summers.
yeah,
Right?
I got more weight
Yeah.
than I used to. Yeah.
then I say, heck with International Geocaching Day. I say August 2022 is International Geocaching Month. Let's just celebrate geocaching for the entire month. Yeah, you'll get a souvenir. You'll get the souvenir on the one day. And hey, depending on what you're doing with the Signals Labyrinth, you might get other souvenirs. And if you're traveling, you might get other souvenirs. But let's celebrate the game we love all month of August 2022. That's what I say.
I like that idea. I'm wondering, though. Well, let me talk about the next news, which kind of fits into all this. The next one is GeoWoodstock 18. You've heard of it.
I have.
You've waited
Is it
for it.
that's still happening?
I think it is. It's only a month away.
It's
So-
only a month away.
Actually, a little less right now, but we can say a month. That's close enough. A month away. So start planning now. Oh wait, If you haven't started planning now, then you
better
might be in real trouble.
No, but you know what? That's a good reminder. A few things that related to GeoWoodstock 18 on August 13th that I want to remind folks of. First of all, if you want to volunteer, well, go to geowoodstock.com/volunteer, or just go to geowoodstock.com and go through the menus and you'll find it pretty fast. But you can still sign up. And before, what was happening is you would sign up and we would take your name and put it on a list and be ready to call you if there was something we needed. Well, now you can go and sign up directly for whatever shifts you would like to participate in. And volunteers during GeoWoodstock are going to earn stuff. If you now go to the page, read through the rules, but work a certain number of shifts and you can earn up to 5 pin back buttons, like, the little buttons. There's 5 different designs you can earn by working different shifts. You work, there's a minimum amount of shifts, so it isn't a lot, and you get a t-shirt. And there's another number of shifts that you work. And again, I don't remember the numbers, so you're gonna have to go check this out. And you get a geocoin. So volunteers could get 5 pins, a t-shirt, and a geocoin just for helping us out. How's that?
And they're going to be there anyway.
And you're going to be there anyway. So,
and you get free stuff. Wow. Okay. Have you guys ever been to a Cracker Barrel?
No.
It's a restaurant. Okay. And the waiters, waitresses have stars on their aprons to say, how they've progressed through the program. And if you get 5 stars, that's the highest rating you can get. That's the best server on the floor. Well, if you get 5 buttons at GeoWoodstock, it's the same thing.
Here you go. Just finding our way is helping out. They say 4 hours of volunteer shifts to get the t-shirt, 10 hours, and you earn the coin.
Dude.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
That's a pretty good deal. So thank you, Just Finding Our Way, for sharing that.
And that's all you need to podcast.
Right?
Yeah.
Some other cool stuff I want to remind people of is if you're going to be up in the area, Sunday evening for dinner from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m., the Sumas First Nation is hosting a very special event, a very unique event, a longhouse dinner. So if you haven't looked into that, check that out. Also on geowoodstock.com. You can find all the details on that. That is just going to be an amazing event. The tickets are selling out fast. So if you're thinking you might want to go, if you're going to be in town, sign up for it, check it out.
Right.
And it's going to be amazing. There's going to be a First Nations traditional dinner with game and local vegetables and such. There is going to be singing and dancing and drums to welcome us. There is going to be
some of that could be me.
So yeah, it could be. There's going to be storytelling from the elders during dinner.
Some of that could be me.
And that could probably not. We'd probably
tell stories every week. You think I actually go out geocaching? Come on.
I thought you were just talking about being the elder.
There you go.
I am too.
Pliny the Elder.
No,
and then last but not least, there is actually going to be a live carving demonstration going on.
That could be me. That could be carving me.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, carving the turkey. All right. Anyways, check it out. All the details again online, geowoodstock.com. To me, that is like an absolute once in a lifetime event. I'm really excited about it. So all that stuff going on. Plus, of course, if you want to go out and enjoy a whole bunch of events, because there's going to be tons of stuff going on Friday and Saturday, even stuff going on Sunday. Come on up. Let's have a great geocaching party.
Yeah. You failed to mention that the GPS Adventure Maze will be there.
And that, there's just so much. Well, you know what? I have a great idea. Why don't we bring the organizers on next week and we'll walk through the whole thing?
Because there's more than one person can possibly do.
Yes, I think so.
I love it. Now, if you go through the GPS Adventure Maze and you have not yet finished Signal's Labyrinth, does it automatically jump you to the end?
I don't know, but you might get some fireflies and magic potion. I don't know. But if you do, I would suggest not drinking the magic potion.
No.
Wait. I haven't
Repellent
gotten the
with the
magic
poisons in
potion.
the
I
vessel
got,
with a pestle.
oh,
Exactly. Well played, Jim.
The chalice from the palace is the brew that is true.
right. And which, what was it? Which poison? Which cup was for Coke? I can't even remember. From
They broke the
Emperor's New
chalice from the
Brew.
palace. It's now in the flagon with the dragon.
Bryling has
Iocane powder is iocane powder is scentless and tasteless.
Yeah. Like some of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Senseless and tasteless.
Yeah.
Yes. That'd be all three of us, I think.
Okay.
Anyways, that's my GeoWoodstock news. And definitely tune in next week and we will run through the whole sequence of events and help everybody plan out their visit.
Wow. Okay, folks, you've stayed with us this long. Thank you so much. How about if we
Amazed.
actually talk about what we came here to talk
The
about?
topic to the night. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk
We
about
could even
taking
try that.
pots.
I know.
Pots. I can't even
Weird.
say it anymore. Oh, there you go. Wet Coaster's with you.
Yes.
Well played. All right. So
Okay. So, the reason I'm asking this is I'm getting a new backpack.
okay.
And I want to know what I should put in it. So I need your help to say, what are some of the tots or some of the things I should have in this backpack?
For
Now-
you, a towel.
For
Yes.
me, a first aid kit.
I can attest to that. Yes.
So I've got a brand new first aid kit I'm going to put in there. I'm going to add to it because, when you get a first aid kit, it's like 87,000 bandages and 3 other things, right? So,
Yeah.
add some more 4x4 gauze pads because those are incredibly useful. Make sure you've got a decent ace bandage in there, a couple of other little things to add to make it worthwhile. Make sure you've got some ibuprofen, some I can't remember this. I could say it all day long until I get on the podcast. What's in Tylenol?
Acetaminophen.
And something like a to reduce swelling, like if you get stung by a bee. You know what I'm trying to say.
Anaphylactic?
No, antihistamine.
Antihistamine.
There you go. Ooh, man, that was really hard to get through. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
But some good stuff definitely to make sure you have in your geocaching first aid kit for sure. And a geocaching first aid kit is definitely a good thing to have in your backpack or your carry.
Yeah, and that's something you want to go through about once a year, just to make sure that you didn't use up all those Band-Aids and you don't have any. From all those blisters from the brand new hiking boots that you thought you could wear out to a 10-mile walk, and it just didn't work out for you.
Yeah.
But go through it.
Mosquito threw it into the chat as well there. Antihistamine.
Antihistamine. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. If I just describe it long enough, somebody will spell a really long word that I don't know how to spell.
That's how it works. If you're hosting a podcast, if you get stuck, just mumble for a while and everybody will get frustrated and say, it's just this.
Thank you. But, they're yelling that as they're driving down the road
Their
listening to the
screens,
podcast, and there's no way then I can hear it. So
I can hear it from the future. Actually, it's
Oh.
yeah. They're
It's a little intense.
I always
Kinda.
say extra batteries for a GPS, batteries for a flashlight, batteries for your phone. Now, a lot of these things can be a USB battery now, right? I mean, I have a USB flashlight. I have my phone is, charged off a USB. I have a USB headlight as well. So, I just take what I call my weekend USB battery with me. It'll charge my devices all weekend long without a problem. Just carry that. Yeah, it can be a little heavy, but you know what? Being out in the dark is no fun.
No, absolutely no. And that's a really good idea. So what's the power rating on yours? Is it like a 10,000?
Yeah.
I think that's a good sizable power rating. You should be able to charge a few things off that.
Or is it up to 15? I can't remember. I've had several. This one is
I would say minimum 10,000
yeah.
though, because your weight to power ratio is probably right in the sweet spot there.
mhm.
All right.
Um,
We've been getting lots of. Do we want to
yeah.
jump to the chat here? Lots of,
Skyhawker says a tube of afterbite.
Yeah.
I would assume that's mosquito
it works on
or
most
anything.
bug bites. Yeah.
Most bug bites, yeah.
What else have we got?
CRS 98 says a flashlight is my most used trackable. That, if you put a trackable on it, people are going to find that for you, right?
There
In
you
case
go.
you lose it.
What else have we got here? We got so many things here starred. Okay, let's see.
I do like this one from Peach. Yard clippers to rid your path of those pesky, gigantic blackberry vines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And as soon as you cut them back, they grow again.
Yeah. Thicker than they were before.
Exactly. Brian Lang says yard clippers, more like chainsaws for blackberries.
Chris,
Flamethrower. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, okay. Well, no, finish up what you're doing there. You're on
I
a
was
theme.
done.
I was going to say, if we scroll up a few, where did it go? Komikino had one. There it is.
Tweezers, pen, swag, and walking stick.
It's a good combination of things to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we did a show not too long ago about walking sticks, and the big question is 1 or 2, right? Now, if you have 2, that you can really keep momentum going.
So, Chris, difference between walking sticks and hiking poles.
Well, that's true.
I think when you're talking about 2, you're talking like collapsible hiking poles. You can collapse them down, put them on your pack or whatever. And when I think walking stick, I think like a carved large stick that you take with you. And I think one of those is sufficient.
You're exactly right.
But go down to the next one if you don't mind, from Marcy. Or it looked like it was the next one on my screen.
Yes.
There we go. Mosquito repellent, pliers, and headlamp. So I don't know if we mentioned bug repellent yet, and we definitely hadn't mentioned pliers yet. Headlamp we had, but mosquito repellent definitely. Has anybody else noticed mosquitoes are crazy this year in the PNW? Like, there's way more than there normally is.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's not that we haven't been outside.
It's the late summer, I swear. Like, because we had such a long spring. Yeah, it's crazy. But pliers is interesting. I'd be interested in hearing from Marcy what has prompted her to make sure she's always got pliers.
I would suggest a multi-tool.
Yeah.
Right? They have a decent set of pliers in them and everything else, including a knife, usually something, it depends on your multi-tool. You may have something to cut small tree branches with, a saw.
True.
A file, different things.
Good options.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Let's see. I like that Skyhawker started with afterbite before going to the bug repellent, keeping them away.
Yeah. Bri Lang says that bug repellent in the Lower Mainland is a must-have this summer, and I think that goes along with the comments I was just making. It is. It's crazy. Oh, Marcy is explaining why. To pull this comment up, this is why the pliers, frigging cactus.
Yeah.
Right. Pulling the thorns out of your shoes. Yeah. All right. And hopefully not out of anything other than your shoes. But any of us who've ever stepped on a cactus. Yep.
Mosquitoes, says Brylang, are due to the long, wet spring.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep. And just finding our way agrees with the multi-tool.
Yep.
Now, I was out caching in Eastern Washington. It was probably last year, year before, and there was a cache in a traffic circle in the center of it. And I go wandering in there. I'm wearing sandals. I'm not thinking about it. I'm looking at, and of course, I brush a cactus with my bare feet. Like,
ow.
That's smart. So
that's not smart at all.
No, that I got too focused on looking at the phone, following the arrow, not looking where I was stepping.
Ouch. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Well, I learned my lesson, let me tell you. And yes, you know what? Having pliers is a handy thing to do.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That is awesome. I appreciate Marcy explaining her reasoning there. I was curious if there was a story, and there clearly is.
Now, we had mentioned both hiking poles and a walking stick. They're great for poking into areas that you do not want to stick your hand first.
Especially if you're in an area where there's friggin' cactus. There's
Yeah.
probably also
exactly.
snakes.
Yeah, that's true. In that case, you might want to have a clubby with you, or you could just take a nice backswing and send them miles away, right?
Hey, you know what? Speaking of things that you don't want to put your hands in, when we went down for the Tri-Cities GeoCoin Challenge, we came across a creepy creature that I have never seen in BC or Washington State.
What's in?
A scorpion.
Oh, yes, they do have them.
It hadn't occurred to me that there would be scorpions. We went to we saw, there's this log, or, a big piece of bark, half a log, whatever. Obviously the cache is underneath that. We roll it back and there's a decent sized scorpion underneath there. We're like, whoa, okay. Wasn't expecting that. So we took a bunch of photos, of course, as one does.
And they're radioactive, right? Because
I imagine they probably are. Oh, I could have been Scorpion Man. I missed my opportunity.
Did you have no, it just kills you. Did you have a UV light with you?
I did. I didn't. Well, it was in the middle of the day. It was pretty bright. I don't think that would have worked, but good point, because yes, they do glow in the dark. But it prompted me to what the heck is going on with this? So that evening, the group of us started doing some research on scorpions, and we found out that there is a type of scorpion that is prevalent through the Pacific Northwest. So
just like the tree octopus.
Except I've actually seen the scorpion in the Northwest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And not just on a Caching the Northwest path tag.
Oh, okay. I want to go caching with Kitty Quest.
Why is
Let
that?
me tell you why. Because she says, always in my pockets, not counting things in my pack, which has first aid kit, flashlight, etc. Pen, tweezers, multi-tool, extendable magnet, spare pen, whistle, safety pen, and half the time, bear horn.
I didn't know bears had horns.
Well, it's for scaring. It's for scaring away the halftime bears. Half the time.
Yeah, only the bears at halftime.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So she must be a Chicago Bears
I was
fan.
going to say, it's
or not a Chicago Bears fan.
Yeah. At least not for the second half of the game. Okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
It's quite the list.
That is a lot of stuff to have in your pockets. My goodness, she must be wearing cargo pants. That's a really good list of tots, though. Absolutely. I mean, we joke around, but that is a very good list of tots to have. I think that's going to get you 90% of the geocaching stuff you need to do for sure with that list.
I like that. I'm going to pull it back up again. I like that she said whistle, right? You need that safety whistle. Even if it's a silly one that's incorporated into a bracelet or something else, because when you are dry and haven't had enough water, it's really hard to yell and get somebody's attention, but it takes very little effort to blow a whistle.
Yeah, definitely. And hey, another GeoWoodstock thing. Speaking of whistles and safety stuff and the 3 T's, Adventure Smart is going to be at GeoWoodstock, and if you want to get a safety weasel from them, you can definitely do that.
Don't forget to blow your
I
weasel.
think you need a safety whistle.
Yes.
That's what he said.
But if you're Dora Moore, it's a safety weasel.
I would always like a safety weasel. It must be well trained.
But yes, definitely stop by the Adventure Smart booth when you're at GeoWoodstock. All right.
Komakino agrees with us. Another tot for long hikes is a rechargeable battery pack for your cell phone or GPS or flashlights or this, that, or the other thing.
Yeah,
radio.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, research department kicked in. It's the northern scorpion. It's not dangerous to humans.
If you want to find out.
Yeah, I was going to say it does affect your clean shorts.
Which you should probably have that with you.
Yeah.
Mother always said, take an extra pair.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to come across a scorpion.
Oh, Starcasher says, this cache hider taught. This cache hider taught. I don't know.
Keep going.
If one of the tree climber caches gets a poison ivy vine start to grow up a tree, I will bring a poison ivy killer spray and spray the vines. Careful not to do the tree leaves. I didn't know there was a poison ivy killer spray.
Oh, so this is a cache hider's taught, is what he's saying.
Right.
Okay.
If one of my tree climber caches gets a poison ivy vine that starts to grow up the tree, I will bring a poison ivy killing spray and spray down the vines.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm sure that the folks who climb the trees in Starcasher's neighborhood appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, CRS98 wants to know if the Northern Scorpion lives in spare sets of clean shorts, and he's asking for a friend.
Oh, that's obviously what attracts them.
Yes, the
Must
clean
be.
shorts attract them, indeed. Yeah, that was quite an experience. I'll have to post some pictures of that later. Anyways,
Sorry, I'm clicking all over here. Kitty Quest says a vest with lots of pockets. I have 2 such vests, so contents can be transferred from one to the other when it's laundry time. A friend called it my Vaughn vest of necessity,
nice.
Good.
or maybe just VON.
Good description.
That is, yeah. And vests are a great way to carry stuff when you're geocaching, for sure. I mean, obviously, I love mine that I use, but there's all kinds of different fishing vests and whatever else that it's having those pockets. It's balancing that weight around, hanging off your shoulders that way. It's a great way to carry stuff.
Yeah, and you can distribute that weight, so it's a little easier to carry. Doesn't wear you down as much. Now, of course, we're a prepared podcast, and we have a list, right?
Indeed.
One of the items towards the top of the list, within the first 6 or 8, nobody's mentioned yet. A compass.
Ooh.
Because eventually that phone of yours is going to die.
Yeah.
And having a compass, even if it's a silly one right on top of your walking stick or hiking pole, you look at that and go, well, that's useless. It's actually not. It may not be 100% accurate, but it'll get you moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. No, that's good advice. And I mean, that also is, we've talked about this a few times in other episodes, and we'll probably talk about it again in the future, but just having that ability to understand how to read a map. And, when Stephen, I think was the last person, Stephen Hoy, when he was on, he was talking about that he was refreshing his map reading skills. I think he was doing that with his son, if I'm not mistaken, about how to read a map and use a compass and a map to navigate oneself. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, it is kind of a lost art.
It's beginning to be, yes. I know REI has courses for map reading and compass use. So if you're looking for someone, to help you out on that, they can do it. Of course, there are other places to go, and I'm sure there are 18 million YouTube videos that'll teach you the exact same thing.
Your mileage may vary, but
That's
yes.
right.
Especially the ones with like the clickbait of a girl in a bikini that says, learn how to use your compass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching this one. Oh, wait, she was never in the show. How come? We've talked about the extendable magnet and or mirror.
Yes.
Sometimes they're the same thing nowadays. But again, that's, being able to reach into areas you don't necessarily want to put your hands in first, because who knows if there's clean underwear and a scorpion down there.
Indeed.
Maybe a scorpion wearing clean underwear.
Ooh.
The northern underwear scorpion.
It's rare, but we've seen it.
They're the worst.
What about some sort of grabbing device? People have these, grabbers. Brylang apparently uses a 30-foot retractable pole.
Yeah, I think Barling's trying to make a point here. There is a trend up in certainly in British Columbia. I haven't seen too much of it in Washington yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Of people hanging caches 20 to 30 feet up in trees, and these are usually not climbable trees, at least not to normal people. So the intent is you need to have quite a long retractable pole to retrieve the cache to sign the log. So um, there's, I think, approximately 1 million of those hidden on southern Vancouver Island right now,
Give or take.
give or take. And we started to see a few of them popping up over here on the lower mainland too.
How, is there such a thing as a 30-foot retractable pole?
Yeah. I mean, you can get them in a variety of lengths. The thing is, like, so we've got Laura and I have a 24-foot retractable pole, and it's a painting pole, is what it is. But ours, even when you collapse it down, it's still 6 feet long. So
Right.
I mean, these are not small.
Yeah.
So it's a interesting thing to have. Oh, it's prevalent in the Tucson area as well. Oh, we'll go back up there. There we go. Just finding our way. It says a 20-foot pole tends to be enough for the Tucson area. There you go. Good stuff.
Yeah, Browning says they're intended for painting or window washing.
Yeah. Or, some of them are for pruning. You can put a pruning saw on the end and what have you. But the point being that, what do we got from Wet Coaster here?
In Ontario, I found several PMD, pull me down caches.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it's like a tall sapling or a branch that goes way out, and you can kind of just grab it and pull it down, get to it, which is handy. But yeah, these ones definitely, the ones we're talking about, that's not going to work.
Now, GSM times 2, which thank you for joining us, says turning over the phone is better than a mirror. And are you talking about using the screen of the phone or the back? I mean, turning over, I hear back of the phone, and that's not necessarily.
I'm assuming he's meaning to use the camera in the phone.
Right. I'm thinking a signaling mirror. That's the first thing I thought. It was like, yeah, you can use your cell phone, even if it's dead, to, reflect the sun back to a plane going by, a car passing, something to try to get attention. But yes, using the camera is often better than a mirror.
But if you carry that battery pack and a cable, because your phone and your battery pack are useless without a cable.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you carry those three things, then you don't need to worry about having to use your phone as a mirror, because you can just charge the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got to have the cable. Oh, several people were talking about hornet's nest and guardrails. Yes. It wasn't a hornet's nest. It was a single hornet. I stuck my finger in there and I said, "That's it. I'm done for the day."
Mm-hmm.
I was angry as a hornet.
Yeah,
I bet.
I knew I shouldn't have done that, and I did it anyway.
I am always super cautious with guardrail caches, just because there's always a wasp nest in them.
Yeah,
just always, especially in the summer.
Yeah. Komakino says use the front camera phone, the front phone camera.
Yeah,
I do that for looking under things.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's look under there rather than taking and rubbing our fingers all the way across this edge. Hopefully there's nothing sharp, or there's not a screw poking through or something.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep. Be careful out there, folks.
Bacteria slime too while you're getting cut.
Oh yeah, that makes it even better.
Yeah. Just saying.
Oh, instant infection. Perfect.
Thanks for bringing that thought up. Yeah.
And there's a good point. I was talking about, so from Wet Coaster here, I was talking about finding the wasp nests in guardrails, but yeah, LPCs are also another place where they like to build nests. So
yeah,
that would be a pleasant surprise. You can just picture it, right? You're in the busy parking lot, and you're screech lifting this thing up, and then you're screaming because you just got stung with this stupid piece of metal in your hands. And then you're like, I am so glad I am out geocaching, finding these.
Yay!
I am having fun.
Best day ever.
Boy. Just picture the whole scenario right now.
Today we were abducted by aliens and never seen again. Best day ever.
Best day ever.
Hey, what about something for making fire? People
that'll
use
get rid of the wasp.
lighters for the wasps. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you need a lighter and wasp spray,
Yep.
and you can stand about 20 feet back and
That's right.
torch them.
I love it.
Of course, the cedar bush that they're in is gone as well, but
Well,
you know,
there's that.
But it was a nano in a cedar. It really deserves to be
it
burned
That's
up.
true,
deserves
yeah.
to be burned. Yeah.
Yeah.
what
Don't
you
do
said.
that in Gold Country.
No,
But,
no.
You know.
Yeah, all kidding aside, don't do that. But
Look at that.
Yeah.
Mosquito's right with us. Flamethrower.
There you go.
So what do our listeners carry with them to start a fire? Are they carrying flint? Are they carrying, a lighter? Are they carrying storm-proof matches, regular matches, 2 sticks?
Well, they used to have a waterproof match container, but they use that to hide a geocache. So
Yeah, exactly. What do I do with these waterproof matches that were in it? Oh,
I don't know. Put them in a baggie. Komikino says Flint. I also carry a Flint. Takes a little
have
bit
you
of
used
practice.
it?
I have. I was going to say, it takes a little bit of practice to learn how to use it. The first place I ever used it was
Oh, do tell.
the virtual cache in Washington, the Eternal Flame.
Oh, right.
Flaming Geyser. Oh,
The Flaming
Flaming
Geyser.
Geyser.
That's the one. Sorry, the Flaming Geyser in Washington State,
Yeah.
the virtual cache. Is the first place I ever used it because usually it's not actually ignited, but
Right.
you can smell it. And I got up close and I was like, all right, let's try this out. So I played around
Good
with it a little
test.
bit. All of a sudden, boom! Like, all right, that works.
And you get the full inch of flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's that all of a sudden there's fire where there wasn't fire before. It's kind of cool.
Very satisfying.
Yeah. The time I was there, it was already lit. So
Oh,
it was like, this is it. I mean, it's cool, right? It's gas coming out of the ground, but this is it. This is a geyser of flame.
it is underwhelming from that
Yeah.
perspective, but it's cool in a geological sense of what's actually going on there.
That it's still going,
Yes.
right? After
Years
all these years, who knows how many years? Well, I'm sure somebody knows, but I don't.
Well, I think it got triggered off by the coal mining activities, didn't it? So it's like
could
about
be,
100
yeah.
years.
That's typical miners playing with fire.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's out there near Black Diamond, which was, some coal mines.
There you go. Another good option is lighters, and GSM times 2 is waterproof matches. If you're looking at lighters, I would say, okay. So yeah, Brian Lang says a Bic lighter. It doesn't consider it a geocaching tot. No, it's not.
No,
but it's a hiking tot for sure. Something you should have is some sort of source of creating fire. If you're going to carry a lighter, I would also suggest maybe looking at a butane lighter, the pressurized ones, because you can, with a Bic lighter, generally you can only light it vertically, like holding it up and down. Whereas with the butane lighters, you can hold it at any angle. So if you're trying to get a little tiny fire going with a little bit of dry moss and some twigs, the butane lighters could be a little more helpful for that.
Look at you. With your little monkey paws.
Anyhow, any other? You got something else on your list, Chris, that I want to mention. We're starting to run the clock down, but from a geocaching tot perspective, you've got spare log sheets. Now that brings up a whole interesting conversation. We won't get into throwdowns and such, but just the idea of, if you come across, and particularly in the Northwest, you come across a cache where the log sheet's seen better days. Having a few spares on you, it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to maintain other people's caches. That's not the point. But if you can, it's a nice thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you find that nano in a cedar bush, it and the log is full, which it typically is. You'll be
Usually
able to
is.
take it.
All 4 spots in the log have been used.
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I think we covered. You might want to take an extra zip top bag.
Those are handy.
Yep.
Right? And there are so many sizes of them that, it depends. I mean, you could take a sandwich bag, and that's going to be no good for a nano, for a micro. It might be okay for a small. So
Yeah.
All right. What else have we got here? I'm just flipping over to the starred comments, see if there's anything else. A bunch of FATAS, which we'll get to shortly. We talked about the 30-foot pole. Wet Coaster is suggesting a camera.
oh,
So, and if you've
No
got your
picture?
phone, you have a camera.
have
But
it.
Right.
That's right. And if you've got your USB battery and charging cord, you'll always have a camera.
of some sort.
Yeah, that's right.
Very cool. Well, what do you think, Chris?
Well, I was just looking at this from GSM times 2.
Oh, okay.
I thought our discussion about cache maintenance was interesting, with the consensus of help on the inside, but leave the container to the CO was a good compromise.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding us of where we landed on that GSM times 2. And you're right. I think that is, I think that's the fair way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. The way he summarized it there. Help on the inside, leave the container to the CO.
That's right. Folks, thanks for joining us. We still got the chat going. If you think of any other tots, toss them in there. We'll, we might talk about them, but it's going to help your fellow geocachers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, this is the opportunity before we get into the FATAS and everything else, but our opportunity to thank all of you listeners for watching the show, listening to the show. And of course, we want to thank Land Sharks and Gold Country Geotourism, our corporate Denali level sponsors. Land Sharks with the Z.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online or check out their mobile store at GeoWoodstock August 13th. And for absolutely amazing geocaching adventures, check out exploregoldcountry.com and check them out at GeoWoodstock because they will be there with their tent also. And we want to thank all of our faithful Denali level sponsors. That's Land Sharks, Gold Country Geo Tour, Team Squirrel, Groovy Owl, and Cashly, the geocaching app. If you want to know more about supporting this show, click that Patreon link on the cashingnw.com a website.
Just like contributor tonight, CRS 98 did.
So did just finding our way.
And Genies.
Donners.
Hackerduck.
The Camp Clan.
M-Nerve.
Team Noltex.
Boomer 365.
3 hams and a rose.
LG 9000.
Wino Seattle.
Alarobrick.
Wet Coaster.
Limax.
Fairwood West.
Katie Quest.
That was just a little creepy.
Have you met me?
Terrible Lunch, Great Geocacher, Gas Station Tuna.
Segehov.
Kennel Barb.
Logwork.
Greenwords.
Kid Vegas 19.
Keats 94.
Trexer.
GSM times 2.
Sprouter.
Broncos fan for life.
J-Car.
Seebeck Tribe.
Peach of Washington.
Kev MacD.
On a Boat.
Dora Moore.
Subway Mark.
Geo Nav Pro.
UDAC.
MC3 Cats.
Korsgat.
Utox 2 Rocks.
The Geo Travelers.
The Pendragon.
Flagman.
RE54321.
Tick Magnet.
And Teus.
And Skyhawker. What a great group.
It
Yes.
is, isn't it?
Well, we are looking forward to seeing many, if not all of them, and many of you in the chat and you out there in the listening audience too at big events coming up soon. Wonder what that could be.
Well, we talked about, Adventure Smart and Land Sharks and Gold Country and all these folks who you can see at GeoWoodstock. Will folks be able to find caching in the Northwest at GeoWoodstock?
You better believe it. We're going to have a booth there. And I'm already choked up about seeing you guys.
Aw.
It means a lot to me. We're going to have a lounge area. You know what? You've been walking all day. Come sit down. We'll give you a bottle of water, maybe a snack, help you get back on your feet and get going again.
You do have to solve
And you know
3
what?
puzzles and pick a lock before you can come in. But otherwise, yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
we'll have swag for you. So come on by. Come find us.
Very good. Excellent. That'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that.
Hey, folks, we are approaching an hour, and it's amazing how quickly this has gone. It feels like we just started this episode, but I want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. If you like the show, please click on the Patreon link on the CachingNW.com website. If you didn't like the show, let us know what you want us to talk about. In either case, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and oh so many more. Subscribe and give us a review, because if you were in a restaurant, you would tip. If you were in a live audience, you would clap. But since you're on a podcast, leave a fabulous 5-star review. That wasn't as easy as it looked. You can always call into 253-693-TFTC and leave us a comment, ask us a question, or you know what? Meet us at a geocaching event any time of the day or night, because, we'll be there also at night. You can, of course, email us at feedback@cachingnw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific for a live show and even livelier chat. This show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paul Woods, and Jay Kennedy. It's licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. Copyright 2022 by Chris Umfenauer. And folks, I ask you to stay tuned for
The after show.
We did it.
We made it through. Oh, Wet Coaster wants to know, can we get our picture taken with the puppets?
Ooh.
So he doesn't care about us.
No.
He wants inanimate objects. Yeah, I think we'll have the puppets there.
We will do our best to have the puppets there for sure.
You know what? I didn't put them on the list.
Well,
I've been thinking about it.
The list.
Update the list.
Hold on. You guys talk among yourselves.
I was gonna say, this will really be good podcast content.
There you go. What else have we got going on?
I updated the list.
We got Wet Coaster. Oh, how many different cache types are you going to try and find on August 13th? So here's a pro tip from GeoWoodstock organizer. If you're going to try and do an icon run, maybe look at August 12th, Friday, August 12th. I think that might be the best day. Yes, the one thing you won't be able to get is a Giga, but you'll pretty much be able to get everything else except for a webcam. There you go. Pro tip. Do your icon run on August 12th. Thank you, Brylang.
Just finding our way says I'm trying for 11 on the 12th.
Oh.
You'll be able to do it. That'll work.
White Coaster says, I've got pictures of you three at the block party.
Yeah. Old news.
Big deal. Yeah.
Old hosts.
Yeah, but now you'll need a wide angle lens.
Oh.
Post COVID, yeah.
Why not 12 on the 13th?
There you go. You can try. But I think the one reason also that, just the way we've planned everything is there's so much cool stuff going on site on the 13th that we'd hate for people to miss things out because they're trying to do their icon run, which is why we've set everything up for the 12th. So if you want to do your icon run, there's going to be plenty of opportunity to get lots of icons on the 12th. And then you're not going to miss out on anything that's going on during the actual GeoWoodstock and Midnight Madness. So I just throw that out there as a suggestion. Not everybody necessarily will have the time to do that, but I think it'll help you enjoy your visit a little more.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. We've got a FATAS from Starcacher that wants to know how many have received a Jack Links trackable. I got mine in the mail yesterday. It was the first trackable promotion that I actually was picked to get one.
Well, congratulations,
congrats.
Starcatch. That's good.
I haven't gotten one yet, so I
No.
don't know if I've been picked. I don't know if I have been chosen.
You're not one of the chosen ones. Well, it's as Brian Lang pointed out earlier, it is another one of those U.S. only ones. So, congrats to our friends in the U.S. who are getting the trackables. Not bitter at all, and not. I'm over it. It used to really annoy me. I can't let that bother me anymore. There's too many other things going on in life. But I do think it's cool when people do. Particularly like Starcatcher, where he's tried before, never got one. Now he's got one. Awesome. Congrats.
Nice. We missed a podcast baking earlier.
Ooh.
CRS 98 is making tequila lime chicken and grilled Mexican sweet corn. I'm on my way over.
No kidding. That sounds delish.
Indeed.
All right. Well, what do you think, Chris?
Mini Mag got hers.
Congrats.
Bryling listed out the type of caches available to you on the 12th. A traditional and unknown at Adventure Lab, Earth Cache, Multi-Cache, Where I Go, Virtual, Event in Vancouver, Letterbox Hybrid, CCE Events, Locationless, and GPS Maze. That's 12 types, folks.
There you go.
That's a lot.
That's your Friday. Does he have? Did he have Cito in there?
No.
There'll be a Cito on Friday as well.
There you go.
Even better.
GSM times 2 said, wouldn't it be nice if people came to the event for the event, not an icon run?
Yeah, exactly. GSM times 2, which is, why we've tried to have, and that's the other thing. Like, we have events during the icon run day, but there is plenty of time because we've put the events at the GeoWoodstock site, at or near the GeoWoodstock site, that are happening throughout the day, so that one of the events is the registration event. So if you've registered, you go, you pick up your package, you've attended the event. And if you haven't registered, still come to the registration event, because all the tourism booths are going to be set up there, so you can get some swag and cool stuff about Gold Country. You can learn about the region that you're in and pick up some pamphlets and whatever else, and spend a little bit of time there. There will be a Cito event in the morning, so you can do a little bit of helping out, a little bit of cleaning up. And in the evening, there's going to be another traditional event, or standard event, or regular event, whatever we call those. I think they're called traditional events. But anyways, there'll be one of those going on in the evening as well. So there's plenty of time throughout the day on Friday to get everything in and get your 12, possibly 13 icons without having to max yourself out. And then that would be on the 12th. And then on the 13th, just relax and enjoy the event.
I have to apologize. I mispronoun Mini Mag. It's his. I think I said her. Sorry. So
I wasn't paying attention.
I apologize.
There you go. We make mistakes.
Yes, we do. Now you have to come up and meet me so I can know your face. And when I say Mini Mag, I go, oh, that's who Mini Mag is.
There'll be a face to name association.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
All
right,
right,
folks. Thanks for joining us tonight. And until next week, get out and get caching in the Northwest.